Hi, today we are cooking a special treat in my house that I only do on the weekends. It's beef short ribs and it's Indian curry style. And we're gonna use the Instant Pot, which is gonna make it a lot easier and take a lot less time than if I was cooking it on the stove. And spice-wise, we're gonna make it easy because this is a great Indian curry mixture. The Shan masalas, and this one's for meat masala. And you can read on the back here and it'll tell you to use the whole package. Please don't. You need to try this out a few times, and for me, 2 good tablespoons is more than spicy enough for my household. So we've got beef short ribs here. I've got about 4.5 pounds. This was a little pricey for meat. I think I paid for 4.5 pounds it was maybe $37. You can buy cheaper meat and it's gonna come out totally fine. You'll use less time depending on if you have bone meat or boneless. But this particular meat, it just has really thick bones, and when you cook it for a long period of time, it's just gonna come out really, really tender and juicy, and my family just loves it. So that's why I spend a little extra for the weekend time, and that's what we're cooking. So I've got here 12 fairly skinny carrots, 4 potatoes, 2 onions. This is a big amount for a family, say 6 to maybe 8 people. If it's less, then you'll just have really great meat curry for the next day. We also have some oil, and it's a ginger garlic paste so that I don't have to chop up ginger and garlic. Oh, and a serrano pepper. Okay, I pre-rinsed my beef and I got my Instant Pot heated up right now. So as you can see, it says hot, so it's ready to start cooking. So I'm gonna put in maybe 2 tablespoons of oil, and we're going to sear this meat on both sides, maybe 2 or 3 minutes per side. And you don't want to crowd the meat, so you just lay in whatever will fit, and then when this is done, then you can add another layer into the pot. Okay, while that is searing for a couple minutes, we're going to get started and start peeling our carrots. And I'm going to use my mixing bowl just as a little garbage bowl for right now. Okay, I'm gonna pause peeling my carrots for just a moment so that I can turn the meat. Okay, back to peeling the carrots now. Okay, I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to start peeling my potatoes. I'm going to pause for a minute, and okay, this first batch of meat has been seared, so we'll get the other batch of meat in here next. we'll let that sear for a couple minutes. Okay, I got my potatoes peeled. Now I can start chopping my onion. Actually, onions. Okay, let's turn the meat over. Okay, I'm going to throw my garbage out and get all my vegetables rinsed real quick. Okay, now I can start chopping my vegetables. The carrots, these ones, well, any carrots that I put in the pot, if they're like around an inch thick in diameter, I don't slice them long ways on that. So for this, these are all less than an inch. It's going to be cooking a long time, so these carrots will get cooked through real easily. This one's still a little bit more than an inch, but it's okay. Okay, this meat has been seared, so we'll take it out. Now look at all that nice brown bits. It looks ugly, but it's full of flavor. So I'm gonna get my onions chopped up and put it in the pot. Now I don't cut my onions like the chefs on TV. I'm just set in my old ways. So I don't recommend cutting like this. Just cut the best you can in a safe way, and if you can learn like the chefs do on TV, more power to you. Okay, I'm putting in my 2 onions into the pot. Gonna give it a little stir. Trying to get up those little brown bits, some. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to go back to chopping up my potatoes, and these are really small potatoes, so I'm not going to do more than just cut them in half, because we are going to cook this meat for almost an hour on high pressure, so these are going to be just kind of melt in your mouth potatoes. I've got 1 serrano, and this is optional for you. I'll go ahead and add this to the onions right now. Okay, we've let our onions sweat for a while, and you can see it's gotten a lot of that brown bits up on its own. We're gonna go ahead and add the spices. And like I said, for me, it's a good 2 tablespoons. And that's about a medium heat for those that like spicy food. You can add more or less as your taste buds need. We'll just give it a minute to let that mix in. Oh, I forgot one more thing, some tomato sauce. So let me go grab that. Oh, and my can opener. Okay, because we're making this much meat, I am going to use a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce with my super duper OXO can opener that I really love. which I still need to learn how to use sometimes. There we go. There we go. And there. It's time to add our tomato sauce. Let's get it all out. And we're going to add about, I'd say, 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. And that's probably equivalent to like maybe a couple of cloves of garlic and 2-inch pieces of garlic. I'm sorry, ginger. But this is much easier. This is a 8-quart Instant Pot, and it will hold quite a bit. So now we're going to add our meat back in. And we're going to drop in all of our nice vegetables. And don't worry about that they're sitting on the top without sauce or seasoning on them. This pot is just going to bring all that flavor up, and everything is going to mix together nicely. Now we're going to put the lid on the pot. We're going to put the vent on sealing. So push it all the way to sealing, not on vent, sealing. And we're going to, I had it on saute, but now we're going to hit cancel, pressure cook, and we're going to set it to 55 minutes. I know that's long, but that's only because we're doing short ribs, and it's going to automatically start. Okay, if you were doing a different cut of meat, you could probably cook it maybe 15-20 minutes on high pressure. But for this particular meat, it's got to be 55 minutes, and then maybe like anywhere from 10 minutes to whatever you want on the low pressure. But we'll come back and check on it after the 55 minutes. Okay, we're back, and this Indian beef curry has been cooking 55 minutes on high pressure, and then it started with an L in front of the number, and it's added 25 minutes at low pressure. So right now, with the thing, it's already on it's popped up, so that means there's still pressure in there, but we're gonna release the valve, and when that sound is finished, then we can open the pot. And
how long does this take?
Maybe a minute or so. Okay, our little steam vent has gone down, and we don't hear any sound, so now it's safe to open the pot. Ooh, look at that. Everything is cooked. It's just falling apart. So I have myself a plate of basmati rice here, and I'm going to dig in, and there's a potato there. I'm gonna get me a piece of meat and a carrot and just an extra helping of curry juice. And let's look at the meat. Look at how tender that is. It's just falling apart super easy. It just melts in your mouth. I hope you enjoyed this.